Buddy, welcome back to PSGL F3, and we are here in Catalonia for the pre-season for round three, not round three, pre-season testing, and I'm here with Cameron.
Right.
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, how are you doing, mate?
Very good. Can't wait to get pre-season underway.
Mike's very quiet, by the way. Oh, that was such an awkward opening. Sorry about that. Oh. Who do you think's looking good out this grid? Who do you think's get pole for this pre-season race?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know anyone. I know a few people like Owen, but I don't know. I reckon maybe we could see Jay Carty up there. Maybe we could see definitely Nino probably, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I'm liking the likes of Valentino. Lee can be fairly quickly. He was in PSGL F2 last season until an incident in Canada, which saw him removed from the league for 3 months. But I'm confident about people like Powerlex. Maybe Owen White could be a surprise if he gets his consistency up. You could see some good results from him.
Yeah, I think I think it could be a very interesting grid this season. Obviously, we don't have a full grid, but it looks to be a good one. I think PMP Slash is the first one out on a lap.
Going on board with Roscoe Dodge now into turn 5. During the real life pre-season, that's caused quite a few issues for the drivers. Colder tyres and the cold conditions. Do we feel as though that could be an overtaking spot, or could be potentially dangerous for drivers?
Yeah, I think the driver's going to really struggle through that. PMP Slash running wide out of the long right hander.
Oh, we've had an incident with a Ferrari. That Powerlex, yeah, he's spun it. That's fairly commonplace to spin it on this game. The curb does not treat drivers very nicely. Needs to be careful not to come onto the track badly, but it's good he didn't reset the track. Roscoe's about to come and finish his first lap on the hards, and he shall set a 1 minute 19.767.
Across the line.
Beats him by
beats that.
Beats him by 2. Next up is a Williams of Lee. Doesn't do anything. Starting his lap again.
Valentino, oh no, he's shafted the penultimate corner.
And White at 10th off. How much fuel he's got on board, I wonder. Oh, he's low on fuel, so he'll be going back in the pits. He might be tempted to go for another one on the hards, but he also may be tempted to just sit in the pits till the end of the session, let the track rubber in and go on the mediums, because that is the ideal strategy. The softs do not treat people very kindly around here.
Time's starting to fly in. There's a Romanino with a 19 flat. It's a very decent lap.
Krypton crosses the line. Oh, was a yellow flag. That's just slashed them down.
Machine Fishy, I think he's been pushing. Yeah, he's going to come across the line. Machine Fishy with a 20-0. Oh, and Lee's lost it. He's on the gravel. Another mistake from Lee there. He'll be hoping that they can go away and he can fix this. Just looking through the grid, see if I can find anyone on a lap. I think Nino's starting a lap again. Yeah, so See what Nino can do. It's a good lap time of a 19 flat, but I think he'll definitely be looking to improve. Obviously yellow flags in sector 2. And that's just Machine Fishy slowing down. Oh, and Nino has run wide and validated his lap. But Hulkenberg is on a lap. Oh, he's run a bit wide, had to drop down another gear, which isn't ideal for him. Nice with the wrong right. He's 3 tenths up on his time. He needs to find another 3 tenths. No, actually, he needs to find another 6 tenths if that's if he wants to have pole.
Sorry about that, just had to grab my food.
Hulkenberg's on a good lap.
Come around the final.
ERS.
Wasn't very sparing of his ERS though, was he?
No, but got the job done. P2.
Nino starting a lap. Yeah, Nino starting
also about to start a lap.
Right on board with Nino for this lap. Got a very nice helmet, doesn't it? It doesn't suit the hat. It's a nice helmet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, to be honest. And I think, yeah, that's Jay Carty getting it all wrong in sector 3, and he's off.
There's no one around him, so he shouldn't have an issue. But he's on the soft tyres, aren't the best to be on. Nino coming through turn 8 now. Going through his lap, I'm just going to check on how his splits are looking. He isn't improving, or he's going the same speed as he was in the first sector in this lap, whereas he was in the last lap. Downshifting very quickly into turn 10. Be careful of that. Traction there can be very dodgy, and that curb can be a killer. Getting on the grass isn't the best line. He's sure to be backing off. Wasted all of his ERS as well. Look, bottom left. Not gonna have any going down to the line. He backs off.
To be honest, the grid looks actually quite close.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised by how close it actually is. Obviously I don't really know many people from this league, but it looks to be a very close grid.
Should learn about them more as the season progresses, but we should find a hierarchy come into form by the end of qualifying, and we'll see if it continues on to the season. But it looks to be fairly quick. And I'm just looking through the grid, who's on our lap. I know Roscoe is, but just see. Kryptonite. Okay. Oh, Roscoe's just spun. He's gonna hit anyone. The Renault and Force India, Racing Point. I'm sorry about that. I'm surprised no one's got used for that. You know, like 2 years.
He's now gone third. Another 19 flat. So
is he continuing on
already?
Or is he going on in lap?
In lap. So it's 3 people in the 19 flats. Oh, and Kryptonite's backed off.
I think Fishy's starting a lap. Wants to be more on the curve going through turn 2. That's going to compromise him going through turn 3 because he won't be able to take a flat. Very close to invalidating. Using all the curve, all the track to get the best line going up to turn 5. A little snap of oversteer. Nice wide line. Downshift really quickly. He isn't short shifting that much, so maybe we can find some time going through that. Car's a bit all over the shop there, oversteering through turn 8. Doesn't seem that confident with his setup. Don't know if you've noticed that, but maybe improve the balance.
maybe. Oh, it's Fishy's nearly lost it. And Iron Neon goes 8th, the 19.5. Not a bad lap.
Admin, of course, this year the F5 champion's been promoted 2 tiers to fit the roles of AMS, who's moved up to F2. Not AMS, Oshin. He's filled up the roles of Oshin, who has, of course, been F3 admin for many seasons now. See how he does in F2 on Monday night at 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock, my bad. That's F1. Oh, I need to do my research.
PMP slash, going through the final corner. Not a bad time. 19.3, another 3 tenth improvement. Oh, there we go, and 18.9.
Jay Carty goes pole on the soft compounded tyres, goes 7 tenths quicker than his teammate Owen Wyatt.
It's quite interesting from Jay Carty.
I wonder if he'll be playing a backup role towards Owen Wyatt. I imagine Jay Carty is going for the 2-stop then, hoping for a safety car. That's the thing that could save his race.
I think he has to be banking on the safety car.
Even still, you don't gain that much of an advantage from there being a safety car because you'll just be put to the back of the grid on fresher tyres than everyone else.
BRT Hulkenberg goes 2nd.
Oh yeah, good luck from him there.
On the hards as well. Just trying to see. I don't see anyone else on our lap. TSR Parallax. Across the line. 19.6, sorry. I was in P12.
Kryptonite just gone wide, turn 4, just dipped his tyre in the gravel a little bit.
So
Tyre, his hard aren't quite warmed up.
it looks as if he's not very comfortable with his setup.
Most drivers don't seem that, but Spain's notoriously hard to get good balance because of all the mix of slow corners and fast corners. It's hard to find a balance here, and that's something I personally struggle with myself. But there's many corners here that can kill you, spin you out, so you've got to be really careful because of how treacherous the track is. You wouldn't expect it, but it is rather dangerous.
So that's all of his time as well. Oh, and Parallax is round.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he's lost it there.
Probably just didn't upshift, or seems to be a theme with people struggling with the rear. I reckon he just lost it going around turn 9, maybe got on the gravel and just spun. Don't know if it, no, he didn't hit the wall, he hasn't got damage.
Very far down the straight spin there.
Oh, he just does the Sebastian Vettel line, completely cuts the corner. Oh, no!
Oh, no,
that's embarrassing. Oh, he's lucky not to use a wheel there. Very lucky. Someone get him a new pair of underwear.
Interesting from Roscoe Dodger. He sat on back straight, waiting for Machine Fishy, but didn't give him a tour or anything, and they're both coming in. It's a weird one, that.
Slashes out on his outlet a bit early. He wants that fresh air, so he doesn't have to worry about running into anyone. What do you think the pole time will be on the mediums? Or if it can be beaten?
I don't really know. I think Jay Carty is definitely going to go quicker because I think he's back out on, well, he will be going back out on the softs. But I think the likes of Hulkenberg and Owen, maybe even Nino could beat Jay Carty's lap if he doesn't improve. But
I don't know what the
we'll have to
difference
wait
is.
and
It's
see.
usually 6 tenths, don't you think, between softs and the mediums. So it could be beaten. I'm predicting maybe an 18-1 pole if Hulkenberg or Owen gets their lap put together. I'm sure each of these drivers haven't done a perfect lap, and they can find like little increments and little gains which will surely boost their lap time. Yellow flag.
I think that's just Nino slowing down.
Yeah. Look like Nina. I don't actually see a yellow flag on my full track map, so. Slash is 6 tenths up on his hard lap, coming into sector 3. Oh, he's backing off. Seems though he wants to go again.
Have to recover a bit of ERS though.
Yeah, he's only near 68%. He's gone a lap with Nino. I see Slash slowing down, getting ready to start his lap again. But Nino going into turn 1. What's his line like going for turn 2? Oh, he invalidated it. That's unlucky. If he wants to get another lap, he's going to go around the track rather quickly. I'm not sure if he's going to have time to do another lap or not.
I think he will have just enough time to get another lap in. Fortunately enough for him. But Nino cannot keep making these mistakes. As I know from last season he made quite a few mistakes which cost him a few positions.
That's where you go with experience, the ability to be able to qualify without making any mistakes.
Oh, and Hulkenberg's tried shafting the curb and he's in the wall.
We've all done that.
He's purple through sector 2 as well.
That's a shame, that put an end to his run. He's gone board of Owen Y, who will be challenging then. But Hulkenberg will be starting on, just got a big slide. So Hulkenberg will be starting. Oh no, he is starting on. Oh yeah, no, he's starting on the hards. Oh, I was lost it.
Another big spin.
Williams coming over, and be careful not to make contact. Oh, and he's retired the car, I think. Has he? Or is he just
Nino's
driving the
managed to get another lap in.
That's good to hit.
Valentino coming through the final corner.
He goes pole 18 flat. 18 flat.
It's a good lap.
This coming across the line is Hulkenberg. Of course, he had that little spin. I believe Lee is the next competitive driver. Oh, he's gone deep into the second to last corner. It's going to cost him a few attempts there, I imagine. Goes P3, a 10th off Jay Carty. Sheen Fish is next, coming across the line. Will we see him jump up the order? Yes, he goes P2 on the front row.
Jay Carty though, round the final corner.
Goes pole again.
79. Only a 10th though between the soft and the mediums.
No one improving. Nino be the one that jumps up the order. Jumps up 3 positions. I don't think he'll be happy with that lap considering the mistakes he's made, but maybe he could have stayed where he was. There's no P10. Who do you think will be the bigger gain out of all this? I feel as though Hulkenberg could be someone to watch out for considering he's starting on the hards.
I feel like we're going to see a late charge from Owen Wyatt. P10 on the hards. Looks as if he's got the pace in qualifying. So yeah, I think Owen could definitely be up there. Maybe even IRL Neon. Decent lap. He's only 5 tenths off, and Jay Carty also set his lap on the soft. So, but grid's very close. It's quite compact.
Yeah, we see that Powlex may have made a mistake on his lap. So is Bergen. So I don't know how it's going to turn out for them, if they have the pace or they just made mistakes in their laps. So it'll be interesting to see their cards when they come out to race.
Be interesting to see how fast Jay Carty's softs start to go off, and whether he's banking on a safety
I think
car.
this should last maybe 6 laps, would you say? 7 laps?
I mean, that's quite a worry for him, because then he's got to try and get hards all the way to the end. Very big push.
Just reading through the chat here, give me your predictions. Who do you feel is going to win? Who's your predictions, Cameron?
You know what? I believe in Owen. We're going to go Owen for P1. We're going to go VRT Hulkenberg for P2 and P3 VRT Valentino.
I'm struggling to think of who, but I feel as though Valentino will win, with Hulkenberg in second and Owen White in third. I just feel as though that Valentino, there'll be some sort of crash and Valentino will be the one to escape, and Hulkenberg and Owen will come through the field and use the alternate strategy to their advantage. I don't know what they're like on penalties, I don't know how consistent these people are, but penalties could certainly play a factor of cutting turn 2, turn 1, or the second to last corner. You can pick up 5-second stop goes or cut in there, like just completely just one off, so that could play a big factor during the pit stops.
Definitely. Also, like we say, Jay Carty, I think what he's hoping for is a safety car. That could also play a massive factor, because if it gets to around about lap 11, guys on the mediums could go to the hards, then to the end, and then that's going to contradict Hulkenberg and Owen's strategy, as well as everyone else on the hards.
So as we can see on the tyre graphic, you can see that Slash and Bergen have decided to go on the hards. They're fresh to hards, of course, and Parallax have decided to go on the mediums. So for Parallax's race to really kick off, he needs to get up hard of those 4 hard runners ahead of him. If he wants to do anything, and just hope that there's no like separation of trains with the DRS, because DRS can be a crucial role at this track, can't it?
Definitely. Well, I think it's a bit bold from Parallax actually to go on the mediums, but he's got to make the most of the advantage that he's got with the people around him.
I feel as though Jay Carter could help Valentino just pull away slightly from Fishy if they've got similar pace or not, because Valentino can just sit behind, save fuel, save DRS, and hopefully just use him to his advantage for the first couple of laps, then make an overtake and try, just hope that Fishy and Kryptonite don't get past.
All depends.
I'm really got the best camera view from here.
3,
Go on board with
4,
Valentino for the start.
5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Jay Carty looks as if he's got a brilliant start actually, and Machine Fish, he's also got a very good start heading down into turn 1.
That Red Bull, Iron Neon looking like he wants to go racing. Do you have any contact further down the order? All seems to be fairly clean. Saw Ferrari getting washed out to the outside. Oh! Slash is in the wall. He hasn't got any damage from that.
I think damage is off for pre-season. Could be wrong.
See Owen and Bogan going side by side. Oh, Owen's gone deep. That was close. Come on, Bogan, that's not on. Just shoves him wide at the exit turn 5.
He's got a bad run.
Oh, Hulkenberg nearly got spun by Roscoe. And they lose out to Parallax, who has jumped all the hard runners. That's exactly what he needed to do.
Very active
Neon
start.
and Lee going side by side. Will he go around the outside of Lee? Lee closes the door to make sure he can come past. Nino and Roscoe's going side by side, and Nino gets a big square on the oversteer. Valentino wasn't able to get past the car, but it's a bit of a shame for this race, wasn't it?
I think the grid is very, very tight.
We're seeing the overtakes going down. Closest gap at the moment is Bogan and Parallax. But I don't know if we'll see any overtakes. Let's go on board the leaders. Have a report on. Oh, that's a Ferrari that. Going a little bit deep. Parallax. Slash caught up to the back of the grid already. After that little spin at the exit.
Phone goes really wide. But nothing doing.
Nino's going wide and he's nearly spun. All the drivers started to calm down a little bit, just starting to get into a rhythm, starting to get their momentum. Want to make sure that... Oh, there's been a yellow flag and that's a Ferrari off, it's Parallax. What's happened there?
I don't really know, and he's...
Where is it? Oh, he's there. Did he get swiped? Did he spin it and just go very far off the racing line?
I think he must have just spun it coming out of the exit, but...
Oh, the Williams and Lee nearly lost it. That's going to leave him vulnerable to Jared. You see, he's going to choose inside or the outside. He's left the inside open as Lee Kelly. Down the inside goes Iron Neon. Nice simple move there. That'll be good, an important move for Jared to make, as that gets him crucially ahead of his rival. Goes a little bit wide at the exit turn 3.
There's a problem now though, because at the end of this, well, actually at the back straight there will be DRS available, and Iron Neon is not in any range at all. He's 1.8 seconds off.
He's got to catch 8 tenths in these 2 sectors, otherwise he's going to be very vulnerable from the whole train that's going up behind him. There's another mini train being separated here between the Alfa Romeo of Roscoe and Bogan. Still within DRS just, but could reduce by the end of the race. By the end of the lap, sorry. I think his tyres already starting to die. He's starting to cause a little bit of a train.
Yeah, I think they are, as actually Kryptonite is starting to claw his way back into the top 3.
Just outside of DRS. Let's see if he gets it.
Oh, Machine Fish, he's dipped 2 wheels into the gravel. He's lost a load of time to Valentino.
That's going to put him inside of the DRS. Jared was able to caught 2 laps. Lee's going for a move. It's the reverse of the last lap, isn't it? Down the inside goes Lee Kelly. Jared's setting himself up for a little switchback. Does he want to go down the inside at turn 4? Just dipped his wheel on the grass.
And
now leaves Nino.
Brilliant run.
Nino's surely going to sit behind. He won't go for that. Surely not. But he goes for it anyway.
Oh, Nino.
Jared's left the door open.
Oh, contact.
The Alfa Romeo of Roscoe is looking racy. Goes down the inside of both of them. There's contact.
Nino's still there on the outside.
Nino backs out. Oh, was that Jared on the wall?
Nino's lost it.
And Jared.
Naivety. Naivety.
Don't want to see that, do we?
I think Owen's
could have been wise.
DRS failure.
Let's have a look down the straight.
Didn't open his DRS that he had. Oh, and he's lost it and he's onto the grass.
Oh yeah, that's just the way it is. Machine is the first driver to pick up Tavanori. Valentino.
Again.
Valentino's going for a move on the leader of Jay Carty. With Parallax with tyres. Will we see a virtual safety car or a safety car be deployed? Valentino's got the move down and Machine needs to get past, otherwise he could be at risk of losing out on DRS with Valentino. It's now crucial for Valentino to push and pull away from these guys for the sake of his race.
Machine Fish, he doesn't have enough.
Oh, there's a crash here with Bogan and Roscoe. Don't know what happened there, but needs to be careful with Jared going back past there.
And they're still flying.
Oh, Bogan's gone back off.
Dear.
He had gravel on his tyres, couldn't brake and just gone deep.
Owen's going on the inside for Roscoe. It's a good move from Owen.
Kryptonite looks as though he had a go at Machine Fishy there. There's a yellow flag. Oh, I think that was Bogan retiring.
Yep.
Will we see a safety car or virtual deploy now? That would help Jay Carty very much. Roscoe Dodgers is still a 10 behind Owen White, and they're going side by side. Little squirm of oversteer there. Oh, around the outside, there goes Owen. It was very close, carnage.
Taze Leroy is on the back of Kryptonite.
And crucially, Jay Carter has broke the DRS. Oh, has been just ditched by Valentino by that lap. He did have DRS, but it's still pulled out a major gap. He's got no ERS to use compared to Valentino, who's still got half his tank left.
Leroy made an easy move on Kryptonite down the back straight. It looks as if Lee's got a lot of pace.
Roscoe Dodger picks up his first time penalty. Sheen fishing. It's just so racy on the back of Carter.
He knows.
He needs to get past. I feel like we might see a dive into down the inside at turn 10. Oh, Machine Fishy's got a bad run.
He needs to get past Jay Carty. He's cost him a lot of time. It's too far back. He won't do it. He's got to wait until the back straight. He's got to wait until the main straight.
Yeah, it might be too late because Carty's broken the DRS. Oh, and Machine Fishy goes wide there. Might pick him up a warning that.
Oh, Fishy nearly lost it. Got on the curb. And now that's put him right into the clutches of Taze Leroy.
Taze Leroy's got a really good run on the straight. I don't know if we'll see a double overtake. Maybe 3 wide in turn 1. We've seen Machine Fishy gaining a lot on Jay Carty. He's running a lot of. He's running quite a bit of downforce, and he's gone on the.
Jay Carty's gone into the grass.
And Lee's going for an optimistic move. Oh, and Jay Carty's gone off. He's been just broken late. Oh, and Kryptonite collected him. That's unlucky there for Jay Carter. It's a shame. Now there's a gap of 2.5 seconds between P1 and P2. Will Lee make it a Williams 1-2? Pre-season testing.
I haven't mentioned this, but VRT Hulkenberg is at 4 places. He's in 5th and he's on the hard tyres.
See the gap to lead is 20 seconds between Jay Carty. Just lost 20 seconds that lap because of him spinning. It's a bit of a shame though, isn't it? Renault boys aren't having a great day, are they?
Unfortunately for them, they are not. They look like they are really struggling.
Hulkenberg has gained 3 positions.
Back on Roscoe.
Slash has gained 3 positions as well. Will we see Lee make a move here on Machine Fishy? Machine Fishy just seems to not have the pace compared to Lee, who seems to be going for the move already. He hasn't even got past the straight line.
Lee could definitely have the pace. He's on the 2 previous laps before, he set 2 fastest laps. So
Slashy going for a move on Jared. It's going down the inside. It's on the hards, which is crucial for his race.
as Jay Carty is finally into the pits.
Let's go into the mediums.
So that definitely means he is hoping for a safety car to save his race.
Taylor Leroy's already brought the gap down to 2.3 seconds. He appears to be the quickest driver on track at the moment.
He is on a charge.
He's got more resources as well to deploy compared to Valentino. He wants to be careful of those. Don't want to drain them all, just use them efficiently. If Machine Fishy was smart and played the long game, he'd just sit behind Lee, just save his resources, save his fuel, save his ERS, and just let Lee do the dirty work and bring them back to Valentino. Kryptonite just nearly spun, a little bit of that.
Neon's in DRS.
Kenny Lewis, it's the fastest lap of the race.
Again.
Proving our theory. Roscoe's the most vulnerable going down the straight. Don't see an overtake happening here, but Jared just seems to drop off. It doesn't seem to have the pace as the other guys. We know he came from F5 last season, but does he have the pace to catch up with these guys? He's got something to prove this season if he wants to stay next season. And we have a yellow flag, and that was Owen White who bottled it. Very common thing to do, just get on the curb and lose the rear. He needs to keep his head up. Still got 23 laps to go. Hope for a safety car, virtual safety car's not over yet for him or J Carty. Oh, Slash just gone on the grab at the exit turn 9.
Unfortunately for Machine Fishy, Lee has broke DRS. And he's got the gap down to 1.8 seconds.
It's going to be interesting when it comes to the pit stop window, who's going to get main priority out of the two Williams boys. If Lee can overtake,
Valentino.
Lee may want to go for the undercut. We don't know yet, but we'll see in a couple of laps time. Oscar's very close at the back of Jared. What lap do we expect to see the medium runners come into the pits?
Possibly within the next 2 or 3 laps. They're starting to go off anytime soon.
It's down to 1.8 now. Ooh, little squirm there from Lee. Sheen Fishy may have made a mistake, or just the pace of Lee Kelly is just superior to everyone else around him.
I think Machine Fishy's struggling with his tyres because Kryptonite has managed to get back in, well, he's nearly into DRS, and he's also bringing along Hulkenberg with him.
No one's diving into the pits by the looks of it. Hulkenberg is in a really good position here, isn't he? There's only 5.2 seconds off the leader, and he's on the harder compound of tyres, preserving his ERS very well and just playing the long run. He could be looking very well for a good position later on.
Definitely. We'll still see IRL Neon in the same place. Can't get past PMP Slash. Well, he tried the undercut. Maybe he will. See if he can get the guys ahead.
Well, he's on the hards, isn't he, Slash? So it should be an easy undercut. Lee Kelly and Valentino seem to be setting very similar lap times at the moment. So they don't see Lee catching. The only time I can... Oh, yellow flag. Oh, it's J Carty again around. It's the infamous turn 2. Valentino picks up a time penalty. That could be very crucial at the end of the race.
Look, I just saw Hulkenberg pick up one as well. I think he's really trying to get past Kryptonite.
Machine Fishy
He feels like he has the pace.
Yeah, he seems to get a better run. The medium tyres are starting to die. Gone over the crossover period where the hards have become a bit quicker, but Kryptonite's just got amazing top speed ahead of the DRS. Roscoe picked up a second time penalty, I believe.
I think he needs to keep his head down. Try and just sit behind. Maybe stop pushing, save a bit more ERS.
Do we know if Nino's closing the gap onto the back of these little mini trains?
Yeah, I think he has. He's, yeah, I think it was 1.7 at the start of the lap, and if he needs to keep battling, Nino's going to get brought back into it a lot more.
Valentino's boxing. This is a leader. Where will he come out? Who else is boxing? We've got Machine Fishy boxing, trying to get undercut on Lee Kelly. This could ruin Lee's race, couldn't it? Depends how quickly the hards warm up. We've also got Kryptonite. Will anyone be held?
He needs to push.
Jared's in the pit as well. Fairly quick stop there from the Red Bull boys, continuing into simulation their ability to do fast pit stops. This miniature train all stopped, but Nino, most importantly, is caught up right to the back of it through that pit stop window.
Right in the back of Kryptonite, which I think Roscoe Dodger might lose out.
Go flag. So Wyatt spinning again.
Bottle, bottle, bottle.
Right, he's doing donuts, or is he retiring? He's stuck. I think he's stuck. No, he's stuck. He put all the power down, he's stuck. Oh, I just reset the track. I think he got stuck on the curb. Lee's in the box. Where's Valentino?
I've never seen that before. Valentino. He is just about to come through the corner.
I think Owen White spun again and he's retired from the session. If a virtual safety car or a safety car comes out now, that'll help the likes of Hulkenberg very much.
I think.
Oh, Lee's leaving the garage now. Lee has gained from the overcut.
So Leroy must have pushed on that lap. It's paid dividends for him.
Oh, a lot of understeer there from Nino going for turn 3. Nearly loses it, but saves it there. Crucially, Lee is now within DRS of Valentino. Owen White saying in the chat, man does he hate it.
Nino's all over the back of Kryptonite. Runs a bit deep into the corner though, so he's not going to be able to get the move done.
Nino all over the back of him, literally pushing him there through turn 10.
Oh, contact, Nino.
Just got on board with Tay Leroy and VRT Valentino. We've seen overtake here for the lead. Valentino's moving right up against the line, right up against the pit wall. Wants to defend this with all his might. Inside's been blocked off. Leads into the outside, and there's no room for him. Great defending there from Valentino. Perfect line there. No way Leroy could get past. But Lee gets a bad line. That lets Valentino pull away. And we've seen overtake between Roscoe and Jared, aka IRL Neon. It's very crucial considering that Roscoe pitted a lap later. Jared got the undercut on him.
Unfortunately for Nino, it looks as if he's losing his head. There's contact again, he's made contact with Kryptonite for the second time.
This fight is allowing Machine Fish to pull away. Fishy picks up a penalty and gets on the gravel and he loses it. Gravel his tyres, that's going to hold him up for a bit. Nino's still pushing him through the corner. Jay Carty lags out the session. I think he's just given up after spinning. Keep an eye on Nino, won't we, for me?
Keeps getting very bad exits, as Nino.
Yeah. Feels though Lee will be able to get past Valentino here.
With Kryptonite's top end speed, Nino's not going to get the move done again.
Nino needs to bring a surprise on him if he wants to get past. But Jared sets a faster lap of the race, which is rather interesting. Comparing, they didn't seem to have any pace at all in those mediums. Nino just got a lot of understeer there at turn 4. Lee Kelly could play the smart and just save all of his ERS for a few laps. Then overtake him when Valentino's wasted all his resources. These two battling is going to help Hulkenberg towards the end of the race, isn't it?
Definitely, even though they are catching, I expect these two to be battling lap after lap. So
running more of a helicopter. It looks like it wants to go to the outside. Valentino moves over. Lee looks to go around the outside. Still side by side. Valentino holds the inside line. Lee Kelly still stuck behind him. Will we see a repeat of 2016? Hamilton and Rosberg? No, Lee knows better.
Very good.
Oh, that Nino got the move done on Kryptonite. Sorry for missing that. Ooh, Neon!
Going back to Nino overtaking Kryptonite, I think that's very important for his race, even though Lee is 6.5 seconds up the road.
Our hard runners out there could be very important. Do you reckon this could be a theme throughout the whole of the season 25? These two battling for the win.
It looks like these two definitely have the pace over the majority of the grid to battle for the championship.
Yeah, this is the fastest lap of the race.
Valentino's
Around the
still
outside
in there.
goes Lee. Will he make it stick? Valentino holds it in. Side by side they go. Is Lee going to go around the outside of turn 4? I don't know if he will. Will Valentino give him a little squeeze? The race fairly. Side by side into turn 5. Lee breaks later. And Valentino still holding around the outside. Brilliant driving from these two here, giving each other remarkable respect.
He's got the job done.
Valentino tucks him behind.
Racing.
Let's see if he can pull away. He might go down the inside into turn 10. And he does. Ooh, that was close between them. And Valentino gives him a nudge, but forces Lee off the track. This is allowing Nino to catch back up. And crucially, this is stopping them from catching Hulkenberg and the likes of Slash. Helping their race out. Speaking of Hulkenberg, he's in the pit.
100% ERS. This man has been saving quite a lot.
See him quick at the block. Oh, Valentino gets a bad run off the straight. Surely it's going to let Lee pull away. See what Hulkenberg comes out. With Nino. Nino get past him. Will Kryptonite? No, he doesn't. So Hulkenberg slotted in very nicely between Kryptonite and Nino. So he now has the freshest tyres out of everyone on the grid. Let's see if he can catch the leader, who is 14 seconds ahead of him. Not 14, no. That's to gap to Slash. I'd say gap is about 5.5 seconds. Should be an easy. Crucial, I think Lee is the only driver without the penalties of these top guys. So that's putting him in very good shapes.
I think he's also keeping his head a lot better than Valentino. He looks as if
Stressed, isn't he?
he's trying to use a lot more and trying to push every single bit of the track limits. Lee looks a bit more calm. He looks as if the experience from being an F2, I think he knows what he's doing.
Seems to have learned from his mistakes of last season, which is good to see. Oh, and Valentino nearly loses it. Great save there. We've got a very fight down here. Will Hulkenberg have... Oh, Nino's gone a little bit wide. Slash is in the pits. Will Hulkenberg go for a move here? Looks like he does. He's going to send it down the inside. Crucial move
Nino
here.
turned everything down.
Yeah, it's good for Nino. And use Hulkenberg to pull them along and catch up to the top two. Now we have our actual grid order. All Alfa Romeos are going side by side. Will Jared get involved, do we think? It goes around the outside of Machine Fishy. What a move. I'm glad he caught that on camera. He'll be very happy about that move. Now he's got in between that Alfa Romeo sandwich. He needs to clear Roscoe Dodger.
Hulkenberg's got the gap down. 4.6.
4.1 on my screen. Oh, it's gap's leader for you.
Gap's leader, yeah, 4.6. And he's not even using that much ERS. And I'm pretty sure Lee and Valentina are battling, so it's only going to bring Hulkenberg even more into it.
This is where they need maturity to just cool themselves down and think that, hey, we've got Hulkenberg catching up to us, we need to stop fighting, and we need to work together and pull away, because I know for sure that Valentina has a penalty. Speaking of Valentina, goes around the outside of Lee into turn 1. Rather Sebastian Vettel-esque there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and also Hulkenberg is very nice fast, that's 7 times quicker than Valentino, so it just proves he is rapidly
Valentina
catching.
went wide. We went 5 seconds, now the gap is coming down rather a lot. Waiting for all the drivers to get back around and overtaking place, because there's 2 main overtaking places and it's unlikely to see a pot move unless someone makes a mistake. So we turn our attention back to the Williams. 2.4 seconds now the gap.
Hulkenberg is on a mission.
Nino just come out. Oh no, Nino's still in DRS. This is bringing them right in the fight, isn't it? Going side by side, Lee going around the outside of Valentino. They leave each other a wonderful room. They both want to win it. You can tell it's competitiveness, can't you?
The only problem is for these two. Hulkenberg is now 2.5 seconds off of Lee.
Came down from 5 seconds down to 2.1.
And they've not got a lot of ERS.
Machine Fishy just got past Jared. I wonder if Hulkenberg will get DRS here, won't he, from Jay Carty?
That is very nice from Hulkenberg's perspective.
Do you think that these two know that Hulkenberg is coming after them, or?
Definitely, I think these two are still gonna keep battling though.
They want to prove the #1 driver position, don't they, Williams?
I think it's quite naive though. I think if Valentino decided to stay behind Lee, they could possibly pull away from Hulkenberg, because Hulkenberg's medium will die off.
Nino's used all of his ERS there. It's pretty much on nothing, but Hulkenberg's still got a full tank of it. It's really good. Oh, nearly loses it. Great save. He's going to lose some time. Starting to calm down a little bit, isn't it? It's 2 main fights. I wonder what the penalty situation is. Do you want to spoil it, or do you want to know that?
I think we should just leave it.
Sounds like a plan. Will Hulkenberg getting DRS here? No, just outside of it. Nino's 2 seconds behind, but still got the DRS of Jake Carty pulling him along.
Tell you what though, he has got that gap down very quickly. And he's
That's 5 laps.
Still on 80% ERS. Also, these two up the front have got 30% each. Like I said, I think one of them should just sit behind the other because
Good logic, picks up his third penalty.
it won't cost them as much time if they proceed to do this. Hulkenberg will be on them within the next couple of laps.
Seems as though Valentino's being mature one here and just calming down. Yellow flag. Oh, Roscoe spun. Jared's gone off the track avoiding him. Kryptonite just went wide there. And he finally gets past Jay Carter, who's a lap down, and he picks up a penalty. It's a shame that will Hulkenberg get DRS. He's looking much closer this lap compared to any other lap. He is within a second. He needs to get a good run here compared to Valentino. And I feel as though he's safe. Yeah, he's got DRS. He's starting to push now and use his resources. So this is good for his hunt for the win, isn't it? Fishy got past Jared as well. Do you know what happened to Fishy? Or?
No, not really. I haven't really seen that. But Fishy's got DRS, even though he's in none. I'm gonna go for an overtake.
Jared's holding it around the outside and he keeps the position. P7 there for the Englishman. Valentino picks up a second time penalty, I believe that is. Those mediums are going to start to die off soon, aren't they? What do you think? Do you think we'll see Hulkenberg go for move here? Yellow flag. Do you know who that is?
No, I think the yellow flag's come out for no reason.
Valentino goes down the inside there, Lee. Still side by side. Lee holds it around the outside and keeps the position, but where's Hulkenberg in all this? Valentino goes wide. A hold position for now. I'm surprised they haven't caught on though. Oh, see Machine Fishy and Jared fighting. These two are having a really good battle, aren't they?
Lap after lap after lap, these two have been the main entertainment of F3 tonight. But Hulkenberg is now on the back of these two.
Get your popcorn out, we're going to have a good fight here for the last 7 or 8 laps, aren't we?
Definitely. Hulkenberg's got 100% ERS.
Valentino's got the least amount of ERS out of this little train here. Nuno's catching slightly, but not the rate that he wants to.
I think, fortunately enough for Valentino and Lee, they have started saving a bit more than what they were on. But do expect Hulkenberg to be pushing it now that he's within.
Looks like he
DRS.
wants to go for a move, goes down the inside, late switchback. Lee leaves the door open, but swoops on the outside. Once again leaving the room, but Valentino's going down the inside into turn 3. Will Lee want to go back down the inside into turn 4? No, he's backed off.
Hulkenberg closed.
Picking his right moment, isn't he, Hulkenberg?
Closed up a lot.
Valentino just gone and got a big tank slap off.
I think he's lagging a bit there.
Jared
as
and
well.
Roscoe Dodger going side by side. Ooh, Machine Fisher nearly lost it. Roscoe feeling the effects of dirty air going through turn 3. He's going to go down the move then inside. Yes, he is. And Jared holds around the outside. A little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel banging. But Jared holds around the outside and he's got the move. Secure. Oh, Roscoe's got down the inside. Jared's holding it out, leaves in a room, doesn't push him out in the AstroTurf. Side by side down to turn 7. What's going to happen here? Ooh, still keeping it clean. Side by side into turn 9. Not the best ideas, is it? Jared backs out. Oh no, he hasn't. He's gone on the gravel. And Machine Fishy gets back past. Machine Fishy good on the inside of. Oh, contact! Oh. Didn't expect that. Roscoe Dodger just broke early. I didn't think he saw that coming. The Williams going by side again. Valentina's got the move done. Oh, and Jared's tied.
It's unfortunate. Jared is having a good race.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You just saw
Lee.
Yeah, just unfortunate there for Jared because he didn't expect the Alfa Romeo Sauber to break as early as he did.
Lee's definitely struggling.
I think they're all feeling the effects of tyre wear hit. I think they're all on a neutral playing ground at the moment. You see Nino's caught up to 2.3 seconds. Do you think he can get involved by the end of the race, even though he's got time penalties?
Yeah, I think he could, but obviously with the fact that we've seen his name pop up a few times, he's obviously not going to be in contention for the win. But I definitely think he could catch on to this little train.
Seeing a carbon copy, same move for the last 29 laps between these two. Very clean racing.
Oh.
And Lee's got to move down.
Lee looked as if he...
Hulkenberg got past Valentino.
Yeah, I think Lee might have lost it on the curb and managed to hit Valentino. I don't really know what happened. I was looking on board with Hulkenberg. But this is crucial now for Hulkenberg as he's passed one of the Williams without doing anything.
The same amount of ERS as Lee does. Let's go look at the Salvas. Battling rather smartly, fairly. So Valentino looking to go for a move. It's horrible that camera angle doing like that. Nino down to 1.9 seconds. He's liking this battling, isn't he?
He is, but the only issue is I think we're going to see Hulkenberg overtake Lee and then run away with it.
He's got to gain 3 seconds on Lee, I believe. Maybe 6 seconds. But I feel like the top position 2, 3 and 4 all got the same amount of penalties, so they could be fighting for it on track. So we still could see a Williams 1-2 hit. Lee might want to play the role of trying to help Valentino get back past Hulkenberg. Valentino's gone wide again. Surely not picking up any warnings from that. I'm just going to have a little look. Yeah, he did pick up a warning for that. He's got 2 penalties, does Valentino. See Slash going to the pits, maybe for a little fast lap attempt. Does he get out ahead of the Alfa Romeo boys? It's going to be close. And he does. Roscoe pits as well. Oh no, they're doing go side by side.
Especially around the outside.
Where is he? Slash go around the outside as well.
Oh, Slash has much more superior grip.
Should be an easier move there on the softs. Going to have a fastest lap attempt between Roscoe and Slash. Maybe see Fishy box this lap. Be turning the attention back to the leaders. Valentino's going to get moved on if he wants to get this victory, on track at least.
Unfortunately for Hulkenberg, Lee's managed to save up a lot of ERS, so whereas a couple of laps ago Hulkenberg had the advantage with the ERS, he doesn't anymore, so suddenly the tyres and Hulkenberg's tyres are going to start to be going off.
So the Haas, they've been on them for 17 or 18 laps, these guys.
That's very true. I think Hulkenberg will still get the move done.
Hulkenberg getting very close to the Williams diffuser, isn't it?
It's all about that exit out of the penultimate corner.
Valentino picks up another penalty. That's looking rather good for Nino. Just got on the podium, isn't he?
Definitely, and Nino is catching Valentino lap by lap. Even if it is a small amount, still catching him.
Small increments, but it's making a difference over a long period of time.
And Hulkenberg is right up the gearbox. Lovely. And yes, Machine Fishy did pit, so
Got
3 will fight for the fastest lap.
You've got 3 people fighting for the fastest lap. Valentino's looking closer and closer towards Hulkenberg. Maybe running slightly less downforce, so that could be making up dividends. Could explain why Valentino's always been slower in the corners and faster in the straight line than Lee. Roscoe picks up his 4th time penalty, I believe.
Slash comes across the line. 89.
That's what Roscoe and Fishy's got to beat. Oh, Fishy got Roscoe's obviously got some oversteer going out of that corner. Needs to be more smooth in the power. Nilo's dropping back. I think his tyres are done. Roscoe beats Slash the lap.
I think Lee might have had this, might have got this in the bag. Hulkenberg looks as if he is really struggling now with his tyres.
Great drive from Lee, isn't it?
Definitely showed that he does have the experience. He showed that he has made up for his mistakes. He showed that he's learned from them. He showed he can race.
And with his teammate for bonus points. Nino's got another penalty.
He didn't need to do that.
Be kicking himself in the bum if he doesn't get that podium. That's Valentino. Hulkenberg's going to get this done now if he wants that.
Using everything Hulkenberg is. I think he's just going to fall short though. You can see the degradation on the front left. Really is struggling with his tyres.
He's got a good run here, hasn't he? You reckon he'll send it, or do you reckon he'll be mature about it?
He's going to launch it.
He's launched it.
It's a
Bit of a half-hearted move.
Oh,
no!
Contact! And Lee is in the wall. Oh,
he's going to be mad about that.
Lee.
That's a shame. That's a bit of a half-hearted move, wasn't it?
He's got to watch out for Chris Knight. He's let him through. I don't think Lee's going to be on the podium now. Very unfortunate for Lee. Valentino's up, across the line, wins.
Hulkenberg win.
Hulkenberg.
What about Nino? What's he done? He ran out of fuel across the line. No, he doesn't. Just further down.
Yeah, well,
Kryptonite gets P3.
Leaf actually gets P3, so Kryptonite got more pens than what Lee actually did.
I expect that Hulkenberg will get a post-race penalty for that, even though it won't make a difference. It's only pre-season, there won't be any points difference, but I gather it'd be nice if Valentino got the win for that. Or Lee. I would imagine that maybe be 10 seconds.
Hard to say, but I mean, should he have waited? Should he have backed off?
Should we get these guys in for some interviews, or should we just leave that for the actual season?
Let's get them in. I wanna just.
I'm just or if you suggest them, I'll go back on the stream. Watch a podium.
That's cute.
Overall, great race then for pre-season at Spain, which usually doesn't provide the most entertaining of races, but it managed to do a half-decent job of entertaining me and Cameron here in the commentary box. But here we have our winner, VRT Hulkenberg, alongside VRT Valentino, creating a VRT 1-2. Teague Leroy, after being smashed off after a dominating performance, coming back in the grid from P5, back to P3 after being spun on the last lap by Hulkenberg, who made up 9 positions. Great job from him. Kryptonite, keep him in his position, keep him back P4, Nino P5 / P6, and Machine Fishy, Roscoe, and J. Carty wrapping up the top 9. Jared, unfortunately, retiring on the last 1 or 2 laps, which is a shame for him. He had a good race, good battles with the 2 Saubers, and that was pre-season. Be interesting to see what this grid is like on a full grid we're in it.
Just wait to see. Can't get Hulkenberg in. If you want to make a start, Ollie, and we'll wait and see if we can get Hulkenberg in.
Give it 30 more seconds. In the meantime, Lee, Valentino, make sure your voice is on share.
Yeah.
Just suggest one more time. I think we should make a start.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. So, who should we start with? Should we start with Valentino? Valentino, just make sure your voice is on share.
Copy. Yeah, it's on chat.
Okay, so how did you find that? You had a great few battles there with your teammate. Clean most of the time, you left each other room, very respectful. Did you enjoy the battle?
Yeah, it was a really fun battle on the second stint, going side by side after turn 1 and 2's. Really fun race, and although there was a tiny bit of contact where I went sideways, kind of lost out to Hulkenberg, but still, it was a fun battle whilst it lasted.
Yeah, well, now after competing in pre-season, how do you feel looking forward to the actual season? Do you feel as though you can keep up this performance, you and Williams, or do you feel as though you might be challenged by some other drivers who weren't able to make it tonight?
I'm pretty sure I'm reserved, so I'm not sure if I'll get many races in, but if I get a full-time seat, then yeah, it'll be a very fun season. I think, I'm not sure yet, but I think the top 3 might have been decided between me, Hulk and Lee, but long season ahead, it'll be very fun to see where it goes.
Yeah, of course. Are you looking forward to any tracks in particular?
Honestly, I haven't even looked at the calendar. Is Italy on the calendar?
Yeah,
I think
it's on the calendar.
Yep, it's on the calendar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks. That's my bet. Yeah, that's my best track by a landslide, so I'll be really excited for that one.
Good to hear. Cameron, want to ask anything?
Yeah, one question. If you do get a full-time seat, do you believe you could be the person who can claim the PSGL F3 championship?
Yeah, don't see why not. Just as long as I get the results, keep consistent. If I can easily take it, well not easily, but I can definitely take it home.
Well, it's a good race from you. Well done.
Cheers.
Now, moving on to Taze Leroy, who was battling with his teammate in the Williams, of course, and got spun up by Hulkenberg on the last lap. How do you feel about that? Are you calm? Are you enraged about it? How do you feel?
I'm not that bothered, obviously. If it was if it was like it was like actually the season, I'd probably be a bit more angry, because this previous season I'm not that bothered, but obviously I really enjoyed the battles today with Valentino and Hulkenberg.
Good to hear. Do you feel that you expected that move coming from him, or was it just a bit of a shock?
I expected it, nothing. I don't know, it's not obviously, I know it's only pre-season, but you still want to win, so I did expect that.
Yeah, I just thought that maybe you could be more aggressive, but I'm proud of you, by the way. You've done a great job battling that, proving that you've improved since F2 last season. Would you like to see yourself promoted back up there next season?
Hopefully.
Fair enough.
Yep. Do you see yourself fighting for the championship, or?
I think I can fight. Obviously, it just matters about consistency and getting the results week in, week out.
Cameron?
I mean, well, actually, yeah, I have one question. Do you believe, from your previous time in F2, do you believe you've learnt something, and do you believe you've now actually got the experience after being in PSGL for quite a long time now?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously, I think this is my 4th season, I believe. Having that experience does help.
Connor the GOAT.
Well, it's a very good race from you two both. Unfortunately, the collision happened on the last lap, but as I said, it's only pre-season. Well done.
Shame we can't hear from Hulkenberg and see what he thought about that. I'm sure he'd be very apologetic, and I'm sure it didn't expect it to come out like that. Just one of those last lap lunges where sometimes you just have to go for them and hope for the best, but unfortunately the best didn't turn out for Lee, so bit of a shame. Lee, this is a question for both you two drivers. What are your top 3 predictions for the rest of the season? Like, who do you think will be the top 2 going forward to the Race of Champions?
Oh, top 2, geez, what time to pick? I think it'll be between, if Valentino gets a full-time seat, I think me, him, and Hulkenberg. I think I'm not in the pre-season, but I think that showed, obviously no one's doing the draws, but I think we're probably at the top, so I do expect it to be a battle between us three. That's obviously if Valentino gets a full-time seat.
Nino wasn't too far behind you, was he? So, do you see him?
Nino as well. I think if he can actually turn up and be consistent, I think he could be up there as well.
Valentino and you?
Yeah, literally the same as what Lee says. As long as I get the full-time seat, could easily be me, Lee, and Hulkenberg for the championship. Could be a good 3-way fight.
Good to hear. Cameron, do you want to add anything else?
I've got nothing else to add apart from it was a very good pre-season, and as I've said, the grid looks very interesting. So it looks to be a good F3.
I think that's us for today. We'll tune in next Sunday, same time, if you want to catch round 1 at Bahrain. I'm sure there'll be a much fuller grid, and thank you everyone for turning up. Thank you Lee and Valentino for turning up for interviews. Thank you Cameron for being my co-commentator, and hopefully we'll see you next week.